Oh, hi, YouTube. Um, just call me Mike, but I use my gaming tag. Um, I use gaming to kind of escape, but I'm not really good on Twitch. I got bored. I do have an account on Twitch, same game tag, Biggie M or Biggie.M 3130, and I just don't like putting my real name out there on social media platforms. I got one for my family. That's my real name. I got one for work. That's another real name. But one for family, I do like my Tongan name. And one for work, I do my English name. I was born in Australia, actually. Australian born, Tongan. And went to Tonga because Dad wanted us to be close to our culture and family as well. The Tongans are everywhere, just like all other ethnicities around the world. And no, I found out. It was only until, when was it? Well, it was, because I keep saying this. This is how my streams look like on TikTok. But it was on the 23rd of September 2023 that I started my TikTok challenge. Sorry, I stutter. Not stutter, but kind of like mix up when I pronounce the word. So blah, 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 blah. I started my TikTok challenge and I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to do 1,000 videos of me drawing a skull. They look like this, and they also look like that. And I draw a skull on time lapse. This was a stream that was 4 hours. I did this and this. No, sorry, 3 hours. The 4-hour one is the one under here. So yeah, roughly around, my streams are roughly around 1.5 hours to 4 hours ish, depending on the day. But yeah, when I opened my TikTok account, because back then I only used graffiti to get me in the habit. You know, it's just like the dexterity to draw. I knew how to draw, but I didn't know how to do it properly. Yeah. And I said to myself at that time, I want to draw again because the last time I was drawing really good was when I was 14. I'm 53 now, you know? So if you do the math, that's quite a big gap. I'm bad at math, but just figure it out. Yeah. Why the hell didn't I focus on art then? I don't know. But there was something called the rat race because that's where we all are at the moment. Wake up at 6 a.m., get ready for work, get on the road rage your way to try and get to an 8:30 start. Some is a 9:30 start. The rat race. That's what happened. So after I was still in secondary school, of course. But you imagine, like, go uni, and then finish 3 years, 4 years, 5 years of study, and then there you go, you're another rat race. And I don't resent it. I love that experience. But why at 53 did I notice that I have to really, really focus? But put it in this perspective. This is the first time in my life. I don't know what happened there. First time in my life that I'm focusing on my passion in my 53 years on earth. The first time in my life. 53 years. Well, I was conscious roughly around, I don't know, summer conscious after birth. Not conscious, but like, when did I learn how to draw? When did I know? I know this during kindergarten because I was drawing the house and the car. Kindergarten cars were like, kindergarten cars. And I remember I did that a lot. Kindergarten. It was back in the bloody 70s. Across the that's kind of, oh, someone might want a tattoo like that. But kindergarten, I remember I did that, and it was. I also remember I did the door handle. It was like that. Kindergarten. I think that was the first time I was given a crayon too. We weren't given pencils. It was crayons and chalk on wee little boards of the paint. I'm trying to talk to the people right now, like kids that don't understand, like 18-year-old kids. What the hell is chalk? Before the whiteboard, there were blackboards. Okay, yeah, I'm rambling. I keep on going off tangent. This is what my streams look like on TikTok, and it's climbing. Yeah. So let's get back to it. Get back to it. I keep going off tangent, and then I had two medical conditions 2 times it was pre-COVID and now. Pre-COVID, I knew that there was something wrong because I was ongoing 50, it was 2022, I was 50. But pre-COVID, that was like 2018, in late 40s. And I found out that I had pre-diabetic conditions. Because, you go for blood tests and then they'll test the sugars and they'll, you're pre-diabetic. You better lose weight. And I did that. Followed the doctor's orders, followed the nutrition's orders, went to the gym, did intermittent fasting. So, I still follow it. Like, after 9 p.m., I'm not eating. It's only water and black coffee. Stop complaining. You ain't eating. 9 p.m. all the way to 2 p.m. So during that time, I say 9 p.m. because I'm still wanting snacks. And the snacks, I'm not allowed to have carbs. I'm not allowed to have processed carbs. So we're talking about white bread. We're talking about hamburgers. We're talking about croissants. We're talking about, we don't do that. We don't do that. No. Snacks is an apple, carrots. I try to keep it fiber snacks, only fiber. Okay? Only fiber. No protein, no carbs, only fiber snacks. And I have my dinner roughly around, I stream from 7 o'clock, so I try to have my dinner at 6:30-ish. And of course I do my streaming, and then when it's like finish my stream at 8:30 or 9 p.m., I'm usually kind of hungry. So I try to fight it, but if I can't, I must eat fiber. So I leave it on the side of this table. So it's like a capsicum or carrots. And if I'm still hungry, I have an apple or a banana, but I won't overeat it. It's light. Believe me, it's light after I have dinner, And 9 p.m. is like the bus leaves, the gate shuts, you can't go through the wall. That's it. That's the mental shutdown. You're telling your body, sorry, time to starve. But you're not starving. It's called intermittent fasting. Okay, it's called IF. Okay, you paying attention? Intermittent fasting, not starving. So like from 9 p.m. to 2 p.m. So you do the math. I'm not good at math. That's kind of like a long time. Do the math yourself. I'm 53. I'm tired of calculating for you guys. So 2 p.m. I'll have lunch, but it has to be balanced. So how do I have lunch? It's called meal sequencing. It's all out there. It's all out there. It's all out there. Meal sequencing. And it's so did I spell that right? I don't care. It's what you call it? It's like fiber first. And why? Because you have to line your stomach with fiber after you have an intermittent fasting of over, I don't know, 12 hours. Because sometimes you can go to 20, or sometimes you can go to 24 or 48 or 72, you know, hours. But no, I want to have lunch at 2 p.m. the next day. It depends, but it worked for me. Fiber is all your greens, okay? All your greens. You must have fiber. Must have fiber. Okay? When you start breakfast, listen carefully. Breakfast at 2 p.m. It's called breakfast because you're breaking your fast. It ain't breakfast at 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. or 6 a.m. No, you miss that breakfast and you break fast. You break fast, you have breakfast at 2 p.m. Alright? 2 p.m. So 2 p.m. I would have fiber first, line the stomach. It's a must because it's kind to your stomach. Because if you just only have carb, after that long intermittent fasting, you're going to push hard for the shit to go through a needle hole. It ain't going to come out. You're going to have constipation. It's be kind to your microbiome. Be kind. So I have fiber. So I have the greens like lettuce. Tomatoes is my thing. And I buy tomatoes in New World here in New Zealand. So I walk up to New World. I get 1 or 2 tomatoes. Capsicums is allowed to eat, but I don't give up. I'll get 1 capsicum sometimes. And I'll get 1, we call it courgettes, if I can. And it's so cheap. It's under $5 because you're only buying 1 or 2. But I try to make it under $5. And that's it. Or I'll just buy a bag that has spinach in it, or a bag that has mixed salads in it, but I don't use the dressing. No, no. You have to do it. Fiber. It tastes like crap. It tastes like grass and roots because you have carrots, okay? It does taste like grass and roots. But then you're a herbivore. You're omnivore too because you're going to eat the meats later. Not eat meat. But but then I line the stomach first with fiber. Yeah. And then I have the protein, the meal sequencing. Pay attention. Class, protein. I love eggs. Hard-boiled eggs. Times 3, 4, you're going to get really bloated. 2 is good. So I'm roughly around there. I go 2, but sometimes I do 3. 4, man, that's a lot because fiber does fill you up kinda. Because I try to do as much fiber as possible within the 3 balanced meal thingies that you're gonna add. Because first you go fiber, protein. I do eggs. You can do chicken breasts. No salt, no pepper. Okay. Yes, you can do pepper, but no salt. Watch the salt. Just eggs. Okay. You can do condiments like make sure you look at the chili oil and look at the salts. Salt, pepper, sugar, okay, sugar, carbs, okay, processed carbs, okay, you paying attention? They're gonna kill you, bro. So I only do like eggs, chicken breast, and if I'm going to eat pork chops is my favorite. I eat the whole thing, pork chops and the fats. I eat it, because I got the fiber in there. As long as I don't have these 3, don't do this. Only fiber, protein. I just told you what type of protein it is, and my favorite are the eggs because it's convenient. You know, I don't like tuna. I don't like the canned tuna because it makes you smell like tuna afterwards. I don't like it. Eggs is good because it's easy, and over here tomatoes is good. It's easy. Capsicum is too loud. Courgettes, easy. Cucumber, I don't like eating loud. I don't like eating like that. It's just like something that it's easy. But the thing about tomatoes is that the juices come out and spills on your clothes. So I be careful. I try to cut it and eat it like bite size. Tomatoes, any greens, lettuce, blah blah blah. That's the fiber. Get it down, line your stomach. I wait for like 2 minutes. Then protein. I eat the eggs. Then wait 2 minutes. And then your carbs, okay? Now, the carbs, you be very, very careful here. Processed, no processed carbs, no white bread, no brioche buns, okay? No cinnamon rolls, okay? No hot dog buns, okay? We're talking about root crops. We call it kumala if you're from Tonga, kumara if you're from if you're Maoli, or I think Hawaiians call it kumara. I don't know if what Hawaiians call it, but I know that some Pacific Islands will call it kumara. But we call it kumala. Or sweet potatoes, any root crops that you can find. Yams if you can, stick to the organic carbs, not the processed. You don't do that. And then I'm okay for lunch. You're not bloated. Your belly, or broccoli here. That's my favorite. Cauliflower, that's my favorite. Anything that you can find in the greens is good in here. I don't feel bloated. I still feel energized, and it took me a while to do that. I was 100. Listen, Americans, I can't change that, okay? In this hemisphere, it's kilograms, okay? Do your math. I was 157 kilograms heavy. I am 130 now. Since July 20. Okay? I do intermittent fasting. I do cardio. That's my e-bike. I know there's a slash there. Cardio. Or go to the gym and still cardio, or powerlifting. I do powerlifting. I just do the exercise that requires you to do the my brain's dead. It's offline. Don't worry, my brain's dead. You got it, Mike. Come on. When you're doing deadlifts, bench press, and squats, that's me. But do anything. Why did I get stuck here? Just go to the gym, okay? Go to the gym. Hashtag, okay? And cardio. Put the heart up. But I love my e-bike. Get on the bike. It's beautiful. It's the best decision ever. Best decision ever. Best state decision. Sell the car. Crash the car. Total the car. F the car. Oh no, sometimes you need the car because you need to buy groceries and all that. So you may need the car. So don't worry about it, okay? Okay, you do this. Intermittent fasting, cardio. And what was I going to say? Yeah, it's basically the exercise that does this. And there's a psychological thing as well. You check yourself. Psychology. So it's basically psychology, spiritual, and physical. This adds to your physical. This is part of psychology for me. Reconnecting to my childhood. And coming back here, when I thought about it, like this year, I was like that heavy, ankle pain, knee pain, hip pain, you know, and then just going through these steps kind of helped my microbiome. You poo every day when you do it, and that's healthy, okay? And here now. I'm here now. I lost 27 kgs, but I also have to focus on my mind, and that's what brought me back. Why I'm doing this. This is why. Because I was dying. Yeah. I had a cousin that had the same route as me, and I remember seeing him in Wellington. He came up to visit me in Wellington, and he was doing his studies, and I was doing his studies. We had a good time, and really, really unfortunate that yeah, he left us, heart disease, and I remember back then he was telling me about it. Just wondering, why isn't he so serious about it? But I was younger back then, didn't really notice it, and then I found out that he passed away. Yeah, and I'm looking at it as well because I know in my room I had my brother. He didn't have heart disease, but he was MND. To Americans called ALS. That's a terrible disease, and both my siblings been under the knife. I haven't been under the knife for cancer. Oh, I did it was like a white dot under my tongue that they had to remove because when they did the biopsy, they had to check to see what it is, and then they said it may be a pathway to cancer, so they cut it off under my tongue. But I didn't. That's not major surgery like you go to sleep and they do surgery on you. You know what I mean? But yeah, but looking at the people that I knew very, very well, my brother, my cousin, my parents, and it made me wonder, like, what were they thinking, or what would be thinking in their last days? Did they really live up to their expectations? And that got me thinking, like, I'm 53 now. I got at least 12 years in the workforce. I'm pretty much okay. I'm a senior in my field. I can't get fired because it's kind of like in an institution. I don't want to go out in business in my field because I did and I failed miserably. I said to myself, why not go back to the passion that I had when I was 14? Why not just use TikTok? Do your research and figure out where is it going to take me if I unlock the live stream? Because when you're offline, you're not looking at this of how I'm drawing. Because when I'm drawing, I'm doing this, but then I put it on a time lapse. I'm not talking to you. Because a lot of people would look at the content and you go, why is he doing that? Why is he putting a challenge on himself? Because it's the first time in my 53 years on Earth. That's why. You know what I mean? And that's how it is. But after looking at some of my content, and I finish a live stream, and I'm looking at this, I can't believe I did it. You know what I mean? I didn't go to school for this at all. I use YouTube. YouTube is the best institution in the world. If you want to learn something, go on YouTube. There's lots of stories out there. Build a house, build a car, I don't know, you know, like, but for me, it's like, how do you draw a skull? How do you draw realistically? How do you draw with a ballpoint pen? And that's how I learned. Yeah. I'm not a professional artist. I'm just an average Joe, man. Just an average Joe. I was like really good at art, but I don't know. Kind of was steered away from it for some reason. Of course, there was some days in my life that I basically looked in the mirror and said, "What the fuck is happening?" You know. But I feel more. I'm more focused now. That now more relaxed, more chilled. At work, I don't give a flying. I go there. I do less work because work basically helps me fund this. You know, because I want to do more vlogging as well. That's what YouTube is for you to know who I am. And this is my story. This is where I'm at. I guess that's my destination at the end. Yeah, I don't know what to do beyond that after 12 years. I don't know. But at least I've got this with me. It's all I know now. And what I do for work to fund this. And the question is, where is it going to take me? And then I look at this, I got 12 years. I'm not going to leave Dunedin. I'm staying here for good. I mean, to the very end. And within this 12-year time frame, I'm going to do daily streams on TikTok. And I'll have to find a way to record my streams and post the offline version of it and edit it and put it on YouTube because I want to unlock the YouTube streaming because I know it's going to help me. Help me help you. Yeah. My streams don't look like this on TikTok. It's everywhere. But it does kind of look like this because I do talk a lot. And for me to fill it in, you know, I'll give a good example. You know, and I just keep on going like that. I kept quiet for a reason. It's more like yeah, I just keep on going like that. And I think I got an example here somewhere. My desk is really cold. Like it looks like that. These are all my streams. Sometimes it's clean, you know. It's like that. I say I do the same thing. I just talk like that. and just draw. I don't put my passwords, but yeah, that's well, we done 30 minutes already. See how fast time flies. But that's basically how it looks like. And this is just basically an intro. But I'll keep on making shorts, and just to promote the page. And I'll try and find a way to set up the camera, because I got this one here. I also got the other one somewhere. The action camera. That's what I use for the downhilly thingy. I got the other camera here, but these DSLRs are heavy, man. They're heavy. They suck and they're heavy. The phone's better, like what I'm using now, and I'll have to find a way on how to do this, to record this while I'm doing my TikTok streams. We'll get there. We'll get there. So this is the intro of what this whole thingamajig is about. And I'll do some content outside the meeting, and just to show you that where I live, what I'm doing, where the hell this is going to take me, I have no idea. That's why I'm making this. And I have to buy some more pens, man. See if I'm running out. I only do blue pen. Sometimes I do felt. There are other times I'll do felt and also just to get the lines right, and I'll go over with felt. Sometimes I add on acrylic. Mainly it's paper. The medium is ink on paper. I got various ones. I think I did one on the initial one, and this is felt. Felt as in texture. Whoa. Oh, easy. I almost dropped the phone. But what I'll do here is going to veneer it with some acrylic, and then the felt is basically very opacious, not too opacious, but I think one wash of acrylic over, it's going to shine through, and then I get the pen, more likely the ballpoint pen, and then I'll draw on top of it, and it makes it edge to the depth. This is me here, Pacific Islander. Sometimes people get offended that I'm drawing it because it's their culture, you know. But I'm keeping it there. Because they get offended about everything, man. Damn. But yeah. This is me. This is actually me. And then that's what I'm gonna do. So it's felt, ink, acrylic on canvas, because it's a different material. It's got grids there. Can you see? See the fabric, and it's different when you put pen over it. You go boop, 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 and you can see those marks. But once I fill the fabric up with acrylic, it goes in all those wee little spots there, and it's still there with the acrylic on, but it's less effective. And then I can ballpoint pen on it, and then I do another wash and do another ballpoint pen and another wash, and just keep on going. But the washes have to be super thin, or sometimes I'll do a wash of black sandpaper it down, wash again, sandpaper it down, and just add on. So if I'm doing the sandpaper, I'll go opaque, translucent, opaque, translucent. So opaque is the felt, translucent wash of acrylic, opaque, translucent, opaque felt, another wash of translucent acrylic. And then when you have two layers of opaque on top and that opaque was sanded down, it adds to it. And then another wash, and then I'll do ink on it as well, just to get a bit of outline and then get the finer felts and go on from there. The ink has to be the same color as the felt, so it'll be a black ink on here. When will I finish it? I have to do 100. 100. You do numbers, man. Because when you focus it, I'm pretending Bruce Lee. Not just joking. When you focus on numbers and you align it with your passion, it ain't work. It ain't work. And plus, I need 100 because it's the only way that I can see a foresight, because I can't see it now. If I do like 100 of these and finish each item, times 100, it'll give me an idea. It'll help me innovate. It'll get me to a point where I can push my skills to a level that I don't know how to get there yet. You know what I mean? So the numbers do count. It's the same thing when I'm doing these streams on TikTok. I'm noticing that my art is improving. I'm talking better. I guess it's experience, you know what I mean? Because TikTok, it's like my 45th stream, and I'm doing better. And each stream is 1.5 to 4 hours long, And Saturdays, Sundays, I do 2 4-hour sessions. And YouTube, I haven't done much. I'm crying. And Facebook, I want to do as well, because I want to diversify with the platforms. And I'm only doing it on my own. And now I'm blessed with my work. I'm blessed with the rat race because I hate my work so much, but I can't run away with it because I'm not a rich kid, And yes, I have no savings. I do have savings, but I don't think it'll last a year, And that's the whole story behind it. This is what this YouTube channel is for. And stay tuned. Stay tuned. And yeah, that's my journey. So now I'm on holidays. I'm on holidays. I'm going to use this time to do the garden because I have to do the garden. But it's I couldn't do it on the sunny days on the last 2 days because I got hay fever. And Saturday I woke up, I was terrible. But I always have to do the lawns because my lawns will look like Jumanji, And I love doing the lawns and some gardening. But when that pollen hits me, man, I got hay fever. And my sinus go bloated. It gets bloated. And I get angry at myself. But then I sit down and I focus on this. Yeah. But this is what I'm going to do during the holidays. And I'll be streaming on Twitch, I think in 5 minutes time. I have to get ready, have a shower, get myself ready, sit down. And they're going to stream on Twitch. So, I mean, not Twitch. Not Twitch, yet Twitch. I mean, it's TikTok. I'm be streaming on TikTok, and I'll be drawing something like this. And it'll be from scratch. And what I'm going to do with my friends on TikTok, I'm going to show them what my intro was on YouTube. Because I have the recording, and then I will play it in front of them. And show them what I wrote and why it was there and why I didn't save this one here. But that's what I do, because on top of this guy, another guy's going on top. And that's what I do with the octopus. I finish this guy and just put the octopus in there, get the hands in there, And in the end, it will all be super chaotic, and I'll add the main subject afterwards. I keep on coming back to the page. Do I have an example? Um, oh my god. Oh my god. Get this guy. Get this guy. I'm getting an example for this guy. Example. I got banned in TikTok because of that. I don't know why. People get offended. They get offended. See, that's how I started. Just by simple graph. I was doing an example on TikTok. And that basically saved me because I kept on doing it. And I think it was on my 50th episode, the skull was born. And then I stuck with the skull. How come this page is clean? How come this page is clean? See, it just keeps on going. I'm starting to add the hands on. And that's the only color. But blue is kind of like got a good aesthetic. And I'm just going to keep on throwing stuff on here until it's unrecognizable. And then when it's all there, probably I'll start now. That's white acrylic paint, but I guess that's too thick. You can't really see it. That's why it shines in the light. But you can see how the depth of it. That's the first layer. That's kind of like the third layer because I was always constantly repairing that. Doesn't come out. And I can sandpaper it to the point where I don't want to affect the paper because sometimes I'm sandpapering it and it just goes right through. But then I like, oh, that's me, brother. Yeah, but that's how I do it. Yeah. Well, this is an intro, guys. Kind of like an hour long. An hour is nothing, really. But I need to get on TikTok because I guess they're waiting for me. And I'm going to start drawing how to get ready to chill out. I usually have a cup of coffee, wait for a while. I go on Pinterest. Pinterest is so awesome. It gives me some ideas. And I start from scratch. So in case you're wondering, you can shoot over to TikTok. It's at biggie.m3130. And you can see my content there on my page. And I really, really want to build YouTube. And because I feel that this is going to go somewhere, and documenting it on TikTok, I feel I must do it on other social media platforms because when I see the episodes improving, I got a good idea that I can improve these canvases, and there are more. That's the first layer. That's my bed, actually. Welcome to my man cave. But I sleep on the floor like a good old island boy. That and that, because I pay homage to whatchamacallit. I can't get that French guy that painted the Polynesian girls with the flowers on their head. That's my version, but it's not finished yet. It's going to be a skull on there. And on there, that's the first wash of what a skull is. You can't really see it, but the zygomatic bone is somewhere around there. Eye socket is there. There's this mouth there. And it's kind of like a moai. If you don't know what a moai is, I'm 53. I don't want it to go. Use Google. Google moai. And if you don't know how to spell it, don't worry. Yeah, it's Easter Island. But yeah, that's what I do. I ramble a lot. So I'm going to get ready for my TikTok stream. I only use this iPhone 15. What the hell did I get from? That's white paint. Yeah, iPhone 15 is pretty good. But I need my coffee, man. And I need a shave. I just woke up, brushed my teeth, sat here, and waited for a while. I was watching some movies. I saw that Dune 2 is out, but I didn't want to watch it yet because I need to do my streams. I'll probably watch it in between the two streams. Why am I talking like this? But yeah, I'll see you later. This is my YouTube introduction, and I don't like editing. I like editing, but I prefer it to be more real, uncut. I try not to swear too much because I don't want to get banned, and I try not to do much copyright material on it, as original as possible. But if I do use music, I try and use it within the confinement of the YouTube terms and conditions, and also to abide by the community standards as well, because it's very important, because a lot of people do watch it. I make it so that the kids don't watch this. I'd rather them get older, because some parents don't like them looking at scouts, which is fair enough because I was the same too. And yeah, we will end this. So I put the thumbs up because that's what it means, and people, I don't know why people think that is so offensive. I was born in 1972, okay? I'm an 80s child. And I don't give a